Everyone, welcome back to the Rift. Johnny here. Today we're playing Garen into Zaheen, and we're playing with the runes you see on screen. I'm actually on an Omega losing streak, by the way. Like pretty much every game has like a full losing team, and I'm, completely weak-sided, while my jungler is also running it down and dying on the other side of the map. So very frustrating streak of games, but I want to also use this as an instructive example of every new game is a fresh opportunity to express the best version of yourself on the game and really let go of the prior experience. So don't let it affect how you're playing this next game. So right now, looking for a level 2 here. He's doing a good job with like ending the trade on CC, so I can't retaliate back. Very good pull by him there. Luckily we're Garen, so we're gonna heal up over time with the passive. So here, crucially, we're going to fight for level 3. I want to get my level 3 before he does, so I'm gonna spin on the minions. And here, W. So there you go. The only reason I might have to flash here. Use my potion. Okay. Very good aggressive play by the Zaheen, actually. I have to commend him on this. Let's go back and buy a longsword. Actually, instead of a long... Yeah, let's get a longsword. Probably the best buy we can have here, and we'll go back. Very good initial aggressive play by my opponent here. Let's make it back to the lane. Zaheen, a very strong champion in lane as well, especially because into Garen, right? He has a very easy time landing all of his abilities. So gonna be a very interesting matchup for us today. I have to break the curse of bad games here. So we'll try our very best. Here we go. So I am back in lane with item advantage, but he has the level lead. It's something we have to slightly respect. W activated so we can tank a little bit better. Okay, he respects the Q there, so all good. This will eventually push into me, which is what I'm gonna be playing for here. I cannot trade him in this position because he gets to win those trades. So we want the wave to be closer to my side, and like I said, we want to match the level. So until those things happen, I'm gonna be very much just chilling here, and if we have to let go of some last hits, I'll do so. Nice try. Would really be a nice gank opportunity for my jungler as well. I don't think this guy has any vision, so would be very nice for sure. This is a very good all-in here, so I've just put my ignite onto him. Okay, there we go. So in that situation, one thing that I did is turn on my target champs only toggle. Highly recommend you guys have a toggle for that as well. I have it on my mouse button. I think it's M5 or M4, I'm not sure, the one closest to me. And I use that all the time, whenever I have to fight inside of a minion wave, or if I have to fight him near the turret and I'm afraid of hitting the turret. Very important thing you should always do, in my opinion, is turn on target champs only, and then make sure you use right click to auto attack. Because if you're using a click or left auto attack move, both of those will ignore the target champs only. So nice little practical tidbit that I haven't heard anybody talk about, and can really help you in those cases. So good stuff. We're back in lane. He's level 6 though. Still gotta respect that level lead for now. And actually probably gonna be waiting for my ignite to make any plays. So WE just to get the cannon in this case. I can Q his head there. It's a pretty beneficial trade for me because again, we're healing all the time, right? Now, one question I get asked a lot about Zaheen is whether you should prioritize buying an Executioners. I always say that you should finish your Stridebreaker first, pretty much. And rather rely on your Ignite for your all-ins. So when you don't have Ignite, probably not a good all-in window. So you want to sync using your ult with having your Ignite. Pretty much. That's gonna be our main reference point here in this lane. He's got Sheen, so he does quite a bit more damage. Use my W here and try to kite back. Go into the bush. Alright, the Vi is here. Oh. I might be dead, by the way. Yeah. I got hit by the Vi Q, and so I deserve to die, right? I think it's a very good mindset to have in terms of learning, is that don't be angry about it, right? I knew Vi was here, but I thought I had a pretty good chance of dodging her Q. I didn't manage to do that, and so pretty much I deserved to die there on that timer, on that punish. Luckily, because of the home guards, I'm not gonna lose as much, so that's actually not too bad for me. Okay, I'm still gonna play a little bit chill because Vi can repeat gank. Something you'll see very often is that junglers are still in the area. You know, they might have gone to do a camp, but if you make yourself, if you kind of walk up, then very often they will repeat gank, especially gank heavy champs like Vi. They are really looking for that. Okay, very important to use our W there. Don't love seeing the enemy double kill on bot lane, but it is what it is. Okay, so my goal there is chunk him down to a certain level where I can then try to eventually kill him. Okay. Got his flash there at the very least. So remember, he doesn't play with TP, so he doesn't have TP to come back to lane. And I still have my ult here, so if he decides to stick around, we should be able to kill him. If he doesn't, then at the very least I get the crest and we can make it back. We have to make a slight comeback here in this lane because it's definitely been quite tough. I'm gonna get the HP, prioritize that. Let's see if maybe the Jace can help me out in this position. He's gonna go for the grubbies. My Jace actually looking pretty good in this game, so definitely a good reference point for us is to play around him, depending on what he decides to do. Okay, decent trade for me as long as we get the Q in his head there. There we go, I'm gonna start the all-in. Use my potions, auto Q, auto ult. There you go. So, if you can, make sure you do an auto reset with your Q. It will surprise you the difference in damage you can dish out when you actually do the reset. Let's get a bit of the turret here. Boom. Can we get one plate? That would be great. We go back. Vi is here.
I stand ready.
Okay, let's go back. I don't want to fight the Vi right now, because that would mean I'm like locked in lane. Now this is another instructive moment, because here the best option for stats would be to buy a Phage, but specifically I want to gain access to a proxy position. So that's why I'm going Tiamat. This looks kind of bad for my team, by the way. I'm gonna ping it back. So Tiamat, not the best combat item we can get. Okay, that's his Q used. Just go for a little trade here.
Our courage must never waver.
I made a mistake here. Okay. Oof. Yeah, luckily I don't die from that. But I definitely made a mistake. Again, we need to sync our all-in with my ult. Nice try from him. He almost dies from the tower shot. I have my W here, so... yeah. He can't really fight me. Because I would simply W. Yeah, and here I just get access to his turret, so... still winning for me, even though we slightly misplayed that. So we want to sync our all-ins with my Ignite. So we want ult plus Ignite. And in that all-in I had Ignite, but I didn't have my ult, so... gonna be a very tough game, by the way, because the bot lane is already 11-1. So 12 minutes in, 11 kills. How does that even happen? It's gonna be very insane to go up against that. But okay, as always, we gotta lock in and do our best, right? That is all we can do. Okay. Just get a nice little trade onto him. I got potions, he doesn't, so another advantage here. Now, talking about power spikes, our level 11 is a really nice power spike because ult does a lot more damage, right? So, pretty nice thing to play around.
I'm coming.
1 minute on my Ignite. Probably gonna be waiting for that as well. Let me see if I can blow up the wave very fast. Whoa. Okay, I'll just dodge his abilities and then we're good. No R top. We just let our jungler know. No ultimate available for the Zaheen at the time being. He's got Triforce though, so he's definitely scary. The reason, by the way, is that he skipped tier 2 boots. So he also doesn't have the move speed he might have otherwise. Yeah, we're just dead there. Okay. Nothing I can do, by the way. This is again, just talking about the rough streak of games I'm having a lot of these positions where the enemy team is hard winning on every lane, right? So realistically, it's going to be tough for us to make a ton of progress, but there's still a lot we can do on our side. Very good trade there. On my next W cooldown, I might look for a full all-in. I'm gonna start it now. So already, ignite him. And there you go. Cool, perfect. He had everything in his favor, right? His team hard winning and playing around him topside. But I still win because we synced our Ignite with ult. And that's pretty much no real counterplay for him, right? Unless he completely respects it, which he didn't. So let's go for this. Our second item in the season is usually going to be Phantom Dancer, at least so far. And then Shojin, very good third item. We can situationally do something different. In this case, I do value Heal Cut. So we might go Mortal Reminder as our next item after Phantom Dancer. It's a pretty solid option we can consider. That's a big wave here. Just pop my W there, and then suddenly he can't do that much. Yeah. So I can basically see, by the way he's playing, that Vi is there. This is a very important skill to develop, right? You can see because he's chasing me into the river. Obviously Vi is there. Otherwise he wouldn't really go for that on a pure 1v1. It's like when Anakin was up against Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan had the high ground. You know what I mean? It didn't make sense for him to go for that play when he had the high ground. I don't know. It's not a very good metaphor, guys. I'm realizing not a very good metaphor. This might be a kill. Yeah. It's simply a kill. So you can see the power here. Yes, Zaheen is very strong in lane. But our champion is incredible. Once we get Stridebreaker, we can do these types of plays very consistently, especially around our ultimate cooldown, the main reference point for us. Let's ping the Drake and see if I can impact this next objective. We actually managed to get the first Drake, and my jungler is actually getting good farm. So, you know, Jace's a very good scaling jungler. There is absolutely a chance still in this game, despite how hard it is. It's just very, very tricky. So Zaheen is top. We have a numbers advantage currently. Of course, Samira is very fed, so we have to be careful with that. Okay. Okay, I don't quite find an opportunity there. Tried to do as much damage as I could. Surely Samira dies here. Maybe not. Okay. A big mistake that I made there is I shouldn't go for a fight like that without my ult. I really need that as a tool. So that's a good learning from me. Taking a bad fight, right? Without my ult. And so we get punished by that. I'm glad we get punished, by the way. It's a good, when you get punished, it's a much better learning, right? You're gonna remember those painful experiences way more. So all good there. I will take those. What if I TP here, by the way? Can I just... Maybe this doesn't work. They still get it. Okay, this is kind of silly. They still got the Drake. At least we got the one return kill. Probably not worth it in the grand scheme of things. But I thought there was a chance we could steal the Drake. Okay. All right, next up, we're gonna go into Mortal Reminder. Wow. Is every game gonna be like this? Because I've had like 10 games in a row where like my enemy is 0 and 4, but everyone else on the enemy team is Omega fed in the game. We have to play around that. It is very tilting, I have to admit, guys. I will admit. Okay. Let's see what we can do against this guy, actually. Okay, cut the trade. Now my abilities are coming back up. Okay. Just Q away. That's his ult. And he's going to lose passive stacks now. Look. Passive stacks gone. He can't play the game. I'm coming. Oh, wow. Okay, and Vi is here to hold his hand. Okay, this guy is extremely lucky, man, in this game.
Our deeds shape the future.
We're getting destroyed down there. Actually, he snagged a kill on Leona.
Keep faith in yourself.
Not too bad. Maybe the Fizz can do something here. I got you a little slow. Auto. E. Boom. Got a kill on the Samira. Big. Let's go straight top and try to get some pressure on the turret.
Fear is the first of many foes.
Not quite a kill, sadly. I didn't have my ignite, by the way. It would have been, of course, a much easier kill. But I still like the attempt because... I was gonna say it gives me access to the turret, but they're guarding it a lot. Okay. Well, my team has a big, like, numbers advantage in bot. Yeah, sadly, they couldn't get anything in return for the numbers advantage we created. So we attracted 2 people top lane. That should give a very good advantage to my team, but we're slightly too far behind currently. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna Q away. Nice. Bait them into that play. So he's gonna get the revive here. That's why I'm playing so careful around it. There we go. So I specifically wait for him to commit his abilities and then I go in, right? I think here I'm happy to trade for, they're getting the tier 2 of course, but I'm going to try to push myself ahead. Now the good thing, trying to find some silver linings in this game, Vi doesn't really have the damage to kill me 1v1. So it's really those like 1v2 situations where she becomes scary. So at the very least, there's that. In terms of positives. My 4 and 13 Twisted Fate here. Really struggling this game. Alright. Next objective is up. Let's ping it up. Akali is top lane actually, so it's a good window for us to make a play. Okay. I think I'm just dead here, yeah. We should have prioritized going for the Samira there. Again, we do get the 1 kill, so that's not too bad. Their jungler down, they might not be able to get the objective as easily, but yeah, it's just very rough, right? The 4 items Samira. We're on 3 items, which is decent. Definitely more than everybody else on enemy team. But Samira is just, she has 30 kills, by the way. There's 27 kills. And again, hopefully it's instructive for you guys to see that, like, I'm getting these games too, right? In fact, I've gotten like 10 of these games in a row. It's very tilted, it's very difficult to play, but if you're able to just focus on yourself, yeah, can get the Samira kill there. It's pretty big for us, right? Get what you can, and eventually luck will turn your way. Not immediately. Okay, I'm dead here. Disrespected the Akali, well played by her. I kind of got distracted by my own yapping. This game is probably unwinnable. So try to save your mental for next game. That's also a useful framework, right? Well, we do what we can in this one. It's very unlikely we can fully turn it, but, you know, getting kills on the Samira like we did is a good start. Now, I have to say something about the bounty system. To me, it makes no sense the way it works currently, because this Samira is 30 kills in a 26-minute game, and yet she has no shutdown, by the way. She has no bounty. And I think when we killed her, we got a bounty of 259 gold. How? How is that possible? That should not be possible. I don't know what is going on with the bounty system. I know, like, some of you guys will comment, oh, maybe you're not that far behind in gold. I get that. In my opinion, that's not how the system should work. Because the whole point is when you have someone like 30 kills in, you need a comeback mechanism, right? Probably can't kill the Samira, by the way, even by myself, because she's already at like 5 items, which is nuts. Nuts to think about. Alright, let's get back on the side lane, get some pushing going. I've just had some of the hardest games I've had in my entire life recently, by the way. So, we have to do our best. If you can, I always say, if you can keep your mental more or less intact through these losing streaks, you already have a massive advantage over the entire league community that loses their shit after one bad game. So, try to keep it up. Do what you can. Do what you can. Killed that guy for free. Again, we're doing our job here. Our enemy top laner has been shut down very effectively. And we're even getting some shutdowns on the Mega Fed ADC. So, we're pulling our weight here.
Fear is the first
Okay.
of many foes.
Let's just complete my item. Big. Okay, 4 items. Samira has 5 items, so it's still a struggle. All right. They do have 2 drakes.
Be bold, be just.
Let's see if I can find a good opening to use my ignite and ult. That'd be fantastic. Probably not gonna be able to. They're so grouped up here. Couldn't get my ult off. We did a lot of damage though, but I couldn't get my ult off. What a game. I think they're gonna end it here. And it's gonna be a pretty sad episode. Again, just a massive streak of games like this. Completely out of our control, right? Someone clearly like smurfing in the game and stuff. But hey, I'm proud because we did what we could. And we kept our mental up. And we're ready for next game. So stay tuned for the next episode. If you like this one, leave a like. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.